Oh my goodness. Now, because I missed the premiere last night, everyone had their own. Oh, this is cool. You get to draw your own avatar, color it. This is cool. Oh, that's sick. Look at that. Look at the cup I got. Oh, I get to take one of each. I'll take one of each. Uh, Kids might want to draw some avatar. All right, there we go. They got one of each. Now, let's get to the film. I no longer need these. The Way of Water. All right, good night. It seemed like they kept up with the consistency of time, meaning that the years that passed by from the first movie to this movie is current. The same gap of time. Sigourney Weaver's character, she was stuck in some type of bubble, still not fully recovered from whatever was ailing her in the first movie when she was losing her life. And somehow she's gotten pregnant and had a child. They don't know who the father is, and yet she's different from the rest of them. The old military Marine chief his son Miles is now going by another name. And he's grown now. And he lives amongst them, and they've basically adopted him because little kids can't go back into cryo to go back to Earth. So they couldn't send him back. Now, the movie takes a interesting turn. Because I was not expecting this movie to be this heavy. Now, I must warn you, the runtime to this movie is like 6 million. It's like 6 million. Like, for real. This movie is like 3.5 hours. The longest movie, I mean, Bollywood will be like, hey, man, this movie is too long. So, they're living in peace until the humans come back. And boy, did they come back prepared. They came back ready. All this time, they was coming back to Earth. They was just waiting their time to come back. Now, I don't want to tell you who the villain is because it's kind of ruining the surprise for the people that's watching the film. It was great to learn who the villain was going into it. If you've seen the first film, you'll like who the villain is in the second film. And this sets up this trilogy that they have filmed. And what's happening is they're being hunted. They want the person who betrayed them and became one of them. They're hunting him down. Different from the first film. They can care less about the mother tree and the actual tribe itself. They're hunting them. And the movie's epic. I didn't think this movie could live up to the hype. I said there's no way this movie can live up to the hype. This movie's epic. In every effing way. The scope, visuals, CGI. This is looking like this is where you know somebody didn't spend about $600 million just getting this thing right. I mean, everything was flawless in this movie from picture quality perfection. I don't see one glitch in this movie. And buddy, I was in 3D IMAX. The very best visual there was, and there is no slack off. This is one of the most emotional grabbing movies that you have probably seen. And I'm like, are they making this for kids? I'm really blown away because I'm like, this is like a movie for me. This is like my kind of movie. It don't look like a movie that they would do. Look like a movie I would do. James Cameron has once again said, I don't give a damn about tropes. I don't give a damn about what the kids would want or don't want to see. This is going to grow their ass up. And I was okay with that. Oh my goodness, was I okay with that. 4 stars out of 4 for me. It's a perfect movie. Could they have shaved the runtime? They could have. I see a area where they could have cut out at least maybe 20 minutes or more. At least maybe a half an hour could have been trimmed out of this movie. But if you had trimmed those points out of the movie, I think you lose a lot of the connection. Well, you're going through Sam Edgerton's character and the fact of the movie and where they're going right now with how they're progressing. He's got 4 children. He's got the adopted daughter. He's got his sons, 2 sons, and his girl. And then they adopted, the little Miles from the first movie. He's grown now. They just call him the Monkey Boy. They've adopted him. And now he's out there on the mission. A lot of weight was added to this film. So, once the attacks started happening and the war was going on over the territory of lands, they weren't having success going against the avatars. So, what they were able to do was change the narrative, change the lands, change the scope. And the way they changed the scope is change the locations, change the identity, change the tone. All together, they changed everything. And how did they do that? They left the village that they all knew, the forest, the trees. They left all that and went into unknown lands and met the chief. And you see that they're like avatars, but they're different. Their tails are thicker. They swim. They're the water people. So they had to learn how to swim. They had to learn how to adapt to water. They're no longer land people now. Now they in the water tribe. And all throughout those villages, all those little lands in the town, a lot of people didn't accept them at first. They were different, weird even. But now look at them. Oh, they went out with a bang with this one. But here's the problem, though. I don't know if it makes the same amount of money as the first one, but to me, this is better than the first one. This is a better film than the first one. I didn't think it was possible, but this is a better film than the first one. And I'm very critical. This was a better film than the first one. Hands down, better than the first. Might be the best movie of this year. Top Gun is my favorite movie of the year. This is second. And they might be tied. People told me this is the best movie of the year. I'm like, yeah, all right, hold on, press your brakes. All right, let me go check out Avatar. Y'all going too far. You know me, I'm very much alert to the nonsense. So I'm like, all right, y'all jumping the gun. Slow your roll. Okay, y'all press your brakes because y'all going too fast. Now, this right here though, this movie right here, I promise you, it's better than the first. It's not a question. It's better than the first one. I can't wait to see the two sequels that follow. They're going to be just as epic because they're going to pull from a real place. Nothing phony. This movie is very heavy. It has a lot of emotional weight. It has some comedy, but very few. There's not a lot of comedy in this film at all. Like I said, I don't know how they got this for kids. James Cameron said, F the kids. I'm telling a movie. I'm telling a story. I don't give a damn. And it's going to be done this way, and that's that. I'm like, I got to read the ratings to this film. Like, believe me, I'm thinking this is rated R. I'm like, this got to be rated R. Like, how in the world is this movie getting like this? Like, I thought this is a kid's movie, basically. This thing is, man, the way of the water, shoot. It was like the way of the warrior. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I ain't no victim of the moment. I know what I saw. Because I didn't come in there with the expectations of, this is going to be outstanding. No. I was like, oh, it should be a pretty good movie. Let's see. They waited all this time. It took a long time to make this movie, so let's see what happens. Oh, buddy, we saw what happened. We saw. Movie is epic in every conceivable way. They did not disappoint. They delivered on every scale. Avatar: The Way of Water is 4 stars out of 4. Unbelievable. Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't have made it. If we talking about me in that avatar, oh, I wouldn't have made that. I'd have been gone. As soon as they was talking about the water, I'm good in the woods. Water. I'm going underwater swimming. Nah, I take my chances. I'm taking my chances with the troops. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm excited for it. Look forward to seeing it. Look very forward to seeing the next two sequels. Yeah, we got to see how much money this generates. But my goodness, this movie's like 3.5 hours. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, it's pretty severe. But that's what they do, man. They make it happen. So anyway, man, I'm gonna get out. I'll talk to you later. Screen Fiend, Carcino, we out.